What's good, everybody? Welcome back to more Twin Wrestle Pod, and we gonna do this very quickly. Um, this is gonna be my predictions for AEW Revolution that kicks off tonight with the 0 hour and literally like 4.5 hours from now. But I'm gonna make this quick. This pay-per-view is pretty much built around Sting's final professional wrestling match. That's the whole crust of this pay-per-view. Been waiting a long time for this point. It sucks to see it come to fruition, to see Sting's final match, But this time, and I think Sting, I don't think he said, I think he can't get through another year. So he calling it a career at this point. There ain't nothing I need to be said about Sting. He's the icon for a reason. So there's nothing I need to say when it comes to Sting. Just wish him well in retirement. I think he'll pop up here and there, maybe. But I wish him well. It was an honor to see his career progress. I started watching Sting probably late WCW, like 96, 97-ish, until like now. I'm watching Sting for a long time. My brother's been watching Sting since he debuted, so my brothers know all the stuff going back from Surfer Sting all the way till now. But Crow Sting was my guy. WCW Crow Sting, who can never forget him beating Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship. The infamous entrance from the rafters. He even did it this past Wednesday on Dynamite, which was very cool to see. Cause I haven't seen him do that entrance in so long. Not even in his TNA days. I know he did it in TNA once, but I've never seen it. So it's been a long time since I've seen him do that entrance, and it's pretty cool to see. But here's the Sting, cap off the Sting, and wish him well in his retirement. So let's get on to AEW Revolution, shall we? Now, I've been missing AEW for the past couple of weeks, and the last match that was updated of my knowing from Tony Khan was the Will Ospreay versus the Takeshita matchup, which I believe is a stupid matchup upon itself, but I know why they put it there. But now, I was watching Collision yesterday, and I'm going to pull this up because it was a total of like 7 matches, right? So from the time they announced the Will Ospreay Takeshita match, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matchups that was on the docket at the point of time. Now at the time of the show, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 matches added onto this entire show. 2 of them will be on a 0 hour kickoff show. Tony Khan, man, it's okay to have a single digit match card. I sometimes don't tend to make it through most of these AEW pay-per-views because it's so long, bro. It start from 6:30 or 7, depending on when they do the 0 hour show, and then it don't end until like after midnight, and it's just like a stretch for me to stay up. I have to go to work the next day, so it's like a stretch for me to stay up and watch these shows. So I think Tony Khan in the future, I know he's not going to do it, but in the future, man, he can be content with having single digit numbers pay-per-views. I know that AEW don't have pay-per-views often, but at some point, man, we got to lower the number of matches. Not everybody needs to be on the pay-per-views. You don't have to cram everybody in there. We know Adam Copeland's not going to be there because Christian hurt him, I think the week before last. So that's a good thing, man. We don't have to give Adam Copeland an appearance, but he probably come out and cost Christian the championship. You never know. But from this time forward, can we please have less matches on these cards and stop trying to cram everything in one fucking setting? With that being said, let's get on to the card, man. So let's start off with the 0 hour kickoff show. Now, one match I don't have a problem with is the tag team match. I think is Sky Blue, Julia Hart taking on Willow Nightingale and Chris Statler. I don't have a problem with this match because these 4 women have been included in the storyline for at least about a month and a half now. So it's continuity there. So I'm not really surprised that they own the 0 Hour or surprised that they own this show. And I don't have a problem with it because they've been intertwined for a long time. Since Julia Hart won the championship against Chris Statlander. This it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to predict, but I'm going to go with Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale, because I think Chris Statlander just lost. I think she lost. She might have lost to Scab Blue on Dynamite. I'm not too sure. One of those. It was one of those shows. I think it was Dynamite though. But I'm gonna take Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. I feel like Willow Nightingale has been like left in the dust per se. Like her steam is not as great as it was. So I think she's gonna get the pinfall on Sky Blue and win it for her team. Now this next matchup, I do have a problem with. This is another match that was just recently added. Don't need to be on here. I think you can serve some of this time and give it to the woman so they can have a banger kickoff show to kick off the show. Banger match to kick off the show. So, but they was persistent on having this match. So we have a 12-man tag team matchup. We have Platinum Match, Bang Bang Gang, Daddy Ass. We have the Acclaim, man, teaming up with the Bang Bang Gang. Jay White and the Guns are teaming up with the Acclaim to take on Jeff Jarrett's faction and Private Party. I was watching Collision yesterday. Private Party do not need to be associated with Jeff Jarrett's team. Don't need to be at all. We don't need Jeff Jarrett on there. It's let alone it's bad enough that Jay Lethal is still with Jeff Jarrett. Don't put Private Party with them. Make this the last and only thing that happens when it comes to this, alright? Because Private Party is an AEW original. They deserve to be in the tag team spotlight. Granted, this is a time for them to be on a pay-per-view, so I'll give my hats to that. But I just feel like this match didn't need to happen. And it's an obvious finish. The team of the Acclaim and the Bang Bang Gang will win this. They got all the gold. So you're going up against, I believe it's Sanjay Dutt, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Private Party. So one of them going to eat the pinfall. I hope it's not Jay Lethal. But the Acclaimed and the Bang Bang Gang will win. So we're gonna get on to the main card, man. Now another couple matches was just added on here. I figured they were gonna add the FTR, Moxley, and Claudio match based on what happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And John Moxley and Claudio confront FTR in the back, and they were just saying name and place. I figured this was going to be on Revolution. I think FTR will pick up the win because they're the better tag team. You can't go in there and just beat FTR, right? They've been the tag team longer than Claudio and Moxley have, even though Claudio and Moxley been the BCC for almost 2 years now. But I'm gonna take FTR. Another match that just came out of the fucking blue. It's called the 8 All-Star Mega Scramble match. Let me look at the competitors. All I know is Jericho, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, Hook, Brian Cage, Dante Martin, and Magnus. The only Magnus I know is from TNA, and he's in Nick Aldis in WWE. So I don't know who this Magnus guy is. But I was watching Collision, and the only thing with some of these individuals here that stood out to me is the promo cut by Wardlow. So I'm taking Wardlow. We know Lance Archer isn't winning because he don't never win anything. Powerhouse Hobbs has no steam. Even with the Don Callis family, has no steam. Hook. Hook is cool, but he's not winning. Jericho is not winning. We damn sure know Brian Cage isn't winning. Brian Cage ain't winning like this since Double or Nothing like 2020 or 2021. He's not winning. Dante Martin's definitely not winning. And I don't know who Magnus is, but he's irrelevant at this point, so he's not winning. So I'm taking Wardlow, and he will be the next number one contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Next matchup we're going to talk about, we got the TNT Championship with Christian Cage defending against Daniel Garcia. These are two of my guys here, so I'm happy to see this match. I'm very interested and invested in this matchup, but I gotta take the patriarchy. I gotta take Christian Cage, man. Daniel Garcia is my guy. The only way I can see him winning is if Adam Copeland comes out there and costs Christian the match. But I'm gonna take Christian Cage. All right, next up we got Will Ospreay versus Tatsunosuke Takeshita. This match, I had a huge problem with this match when it was announced, and then I heard the reasoning to why this match was happening, which even made it even more stupider. But my thing is this. So these two are both a part of the Don Callis family. And they put them together on the Revolution card just to get them on the card. Ospreay and Takeshita didn't need to be on the card. Sorry. Even though we know they're going to have a great match. But it just don't make any logical storyline sense. Why would these two dudes from the same faction fight? Even though the way Don Callis said that they can't find no suitable opponents for neither Takeshita or Will Ospreay, so they're gonna do a battle within a group. Who wins out of this? What's the win situation out of this? If one person, if Ospreay beat Takeshita is gonna be fucking jealous that Ospreay beat him. Then you're gonna get rift between a group, and then it's gonna end up breaking the group up eventually. Same thing if Takeshita beat Will Ospreay. Same thing's gonna happen. The only thing I can see out of this is a Will Ospreay babyface turn, which is like, okay, whatever. But isn't one of Will Ospreay's members of his group in this Don Callis family as well? Kyle Fletcher, I think that's his name. So I'm going to take Ospreay. It sucks for Takeshita because it's like, man, to go from joining this family, joining Don Callis, and then beating Kenny Omega back to back. He pinned him at All In at the stadium show, right? Then he came back at All Out and beat him the next pay-per-view. And then for them not to use him for the next 3 or 4 months, or 2.5 to 3 months. He wasn't even on TV for real. If he was probably on fucking Rampage. To beat Kenny Omega and then go to Rampage, it just don't make sense to me, man. And then for him to come in here, I think he's going to lose. I don't think he's going to beat Ospreay. Not Ospreay's first match with AEW. So it sucks with Takeshita. The AEW gotta do better. We need Takeshita to get a belt. You know what I'm saying? We know how good he is in the ring. Don Callis can serve as his mouthpiece. Let's put this character together. Let's get some steam behind him. Let's get him winning some championships, man. And get some steam behind this Don Callis family. For God's sakes. I'm taking Will Ospreay. Next matchup we're going to talk about. We're going to jump into that and we're going to talk about the AEW International Championship match with Roderick Strong taking on the champion Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's had this belt since John Moxley got hurt. I think he beat Rey Fenix for it, if I remember. Sometime, September or October. He had the belt for a minute now. And with Roderick Strong, if he do beat Orange Cassidy here, what is it going to do for them? Because Adam Cole is still hurt. Adam Cole ain't going to probably be back until the summer, right? Or close to it. So I don't think Roderick Strong is beating Orange Cassidy. I just don't see him, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. I don't see that group with Joe unless Adam Cole is there. Unless you want to give the championship to Wardlow once he wins this All-Star Scramble match. I wouldn't mind Roderick Strong winning this match just so we can get the belt up Orange Cassidy. But at some point, man, Cassidy gotta lose that championship, but I just don't think he's gonna lose it against Roderick Strong. So I'm gonna take Orange Cassidy during this match. We have Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Stipulation is, if Bryan Danielson loses to Eddie Kingston, he has to shake Eddie Kingston's hand, which I think will happen because I'm taking Eddie Kingston in this match. These two have had good things going back to the Continental Classic in the summer, well, in the fall. We know Bryan doesn't respect Eddie Kingston and vice versa, but that's going to make for a good matchup, and it's already making for a good story. So I'm going to take Eddie Kingston in here, and Bryan Danielson will shake his hand. All right, so we're going to go for the AEW Women's Championship match with timeless Toni Storm defending her championship against the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. Timeless Toni Storm has been killing it. One of the best gimmicks of 2023. And she's going to stay on the road here at Revolution. She's going to defeat Deonna Purrazzo. Then we're going to go on to AEW Big Business, to where we're going to get both Okada, most importantly Mercedes Moné, and that's going to be the next program for Toni Storm, possibly heading into All In or All Out, and that's where Mercedes will end up beating timeless Toni Storm for that AEW Women's Championship. So I'm going to take Toni Storm here, but she will lose at the next pay-per-view to Mercedes Moné. Alright, so I think we done went through the main course of matchups. Am I missing some? Let me check if I'm missing any. No, I think we don't, we got two more matches left to talk about here. Yeah, so we're pretty cool. We're sitting pretty high right here. Alright, so let's talk about the AEW World Heavyweight Championship matchup with Swerve taking on Hangman Adam Page, taking on the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe. Now, y'all know I'm a big proponent of Swerve, but I do not think you pull the trigger on Swerve just yet, because Swerve momentum is going to keep him carried on towards the summer. So we're good. Sitting where Swerve is now, we're good. He's going to be the top of the AEW men's division no time soon. But here is not the place for it. Because remember, this pay-per-view is all about Sting. Don't mean we can't get two great moments, but let's savor the moment for Swerve for the next pay-per-view. And with this triple threat match, this is the way to do it. I'm loving the Hangman Adam Page character, how him and Swerve are just swapping roles. A double turn. I'm loving the handlebar mustache from Adam Page. I'm expecting this to be a good match, a very good match between these three. But I'm going to take Samoa Joe here. I think you let Joe get a little bit of run with this championship, and let Joe hold it into the summer where Swerve beats him for the championship in the summer at All Out. And you give Swerve his moment. Swerve won't get his moment here. Let's be patient. We wait till the summer, wait till All Out, and we're going to get it there. But I'm taking Samoa Joe during this match. And he's going to pin Adam Page to pick up the win. That's going to save Swerve for the next pay-per-view. Alright, man. So let's get to the main event of the show. We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match with the Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, taking on the team of the AEW World Champs, Darby Allin and the Icon Sting. Finally here, man. Like I said at the beginning, we finally here. Sting's final match. That Greensboro Coliseum is going to be on fire for Sting. Sting is going to put out all the stops in this final match. I can just imagine. I just hope I'm up to watch it. Part of me wants Sting and Darby to retain the championships and Sting retire with the championships, and then they just relinquish the titles on the next episode of Dynamite or at the press conference or something like that. Lead the crowd home happy. But Sting is very old school, so he don't have a problem with facing the lights with his back on the mat. He even just said something about that in the quote somewhere. I read it on like a forum somewhere. So he's very old school when it comes to this. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sting and Darby lose this match to the Bucks. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go the other route. I'm gonna say Sting and Darby retain the championships, and Sting get their farewell send off, and they will relinquish the championships after the fact, probably at the press conference or maybe on Dynamite. So that's my AEW Revolution predictions. I think I went through the whole card. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches on the card. Went through all 11 matches. Should be a great show. I'm telling how long it's gonna go, possibly 4 hours, but that's AEW pay-per-views too. So I'm going to go try to get some sleep after this, and I'm going to try to stay up as long as I can to watch Sting's final match. So y'all be easy, man. Hopefully y'all enjoy the show, and I'll see you guys for another video. I'm out, man.